Welcome. I am your host, Shon Black Mac. And we got a great show. It's a little cold in my room right now, so I have you guys I got my jacket on. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. So yeah, man, today we are going to be talking about some stuff that's been going on in the news. We're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in the news. First and foremost, congratulations to the U.S. hockey team. Hockey! How many did you ever think you would be talking about hockey? Okay, I'm not a hockey fan, so I wasn't going to be talking about hockey, but let's keep it a buck. Hockey is all right. All right? Hockey is all right. And the U.S. hockey team went crazy. What up, cuzzo? The U.S. hockey team went crazy. Okay? And so we're going to talk a little bit about hockey. The goal was amazing. They went out there, they did those things. So shout out to the U.S. hockey team. And they won in overtime, 2-1. Now I knew that the overtime, I knew that there was a good chance that they could win. The U.S. hockey team is pretty amazing. Is a pretty amazing squad, and so shout out to them. I don't know how many of you guys watched the game at all, but the hockey was all right. Now I don't play hockey. I'm not a now I do play it when full disclosure, I used to play it on Xbox, but I'm not a hockey I like hockey live. If you've ever been to a hockey game live, you know what's up. Hockey live is probably one of the best sports out there. Now, hockey on TV, boring. Unless it's like something like what we just witnessed on Sunday. But what I was upset about is it was so early in the daggone morning. By the way, if you don't have Liquid Death, that joint, Liquid Death is what's up. This right here, it's like sparkling water. For those you guys that don't know, but yeah, the U.S. hockey team did their daggone thing. Shout out to them. Shout out for winning. Shout out for beating those Canadian geese. See, because Canada be talking a lot of smack. And unfortunately, so does the Australians. Matter of fact, has anybody even seen the Australians in the medal count? No, because they got destroyed. Australia. They always talking that crap too. Well, we're going to beat you guys. You Americans. No, you're not. Never. And listen here, Canada. Got something for you, too. The bald eagles will always swoop down on the geese and kick butt and take names. Okay? We're going to kick butt and take names in hockey. Huh? Yo! What up, dog? I had to let them know that we're kicking butt and taking names in hockey. Okay? We are the premier hockey team in the world. USA, 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 premier. Know what I mean? And we kick butt and take names in just about every sport that we put our minds to. Know what I mean? Appreciate the likes, brother. Keep the likes going so we can reach other folk. But we are the premier hockey team right now. And those guys got a call from 45-47, and they'll be at the State of the Union. Now, though the Shon Black Podcast does not drift into politics, only every once in a blue moon, I would be a bad correspondent if I did not tell you that the U.S. hockey team is going to be at the State of the Union tomorrow with their gold medals on, standing with 45-47. Also, I think the women's team is also going to be there, okay? So, shout out again to the U.S. hockey team. They did their daggone thing. And shout out to every Olympian that did their daggone thing in the Olympics. I think we did come in second in the medal count, but it doesn't matter. Okay? We beat everybody else in the world except for, I guess, Sweden. What do you expect? They live in the mountains. They live in cold weather. I expect that from them. Other than that, everybody else, and I'm going to use my man Anton's word, everybody else is Gabricio. Garbage. We are the premier, listen to what I'm saying, premier country for sports. Bar none. When you want things done right, you come to America and train because we are the premier place for sports. Now, what's her name? Her last name is like Goo or something like that. Goo. We own sports, that's right. Shout out to the Fly Puerto Rican for being in the podcast. We had Goo. Goo be gone. Goo actually needs to be gone. You live here in the United States. How the heck do you go to China, and win medals in China? Magoo is a sellout. She went to China. She did it for the bag. Don't care what nobody says. She did it for the bag. But even then, China couldn't win because you had to take somebody from the United States to win medals because your whole squad in China is Gabricio, using Anton's vernacular. Garbage. Okay? That's a fact. Sorry if people don't like it. Sorry if you're in another country and you don't like it. Sorry about that. I mean, I have to keep it real. We are the premier, see how I did my hat? Premier place for sports. Lil Chuck is in the building. What up? But I was telling them that we are the premier place for sports, and everybody else on the planet is Gabricio when it comes to sports. Sorry. It is what it is. Shon Black does not make the rules. Okay? Keita, what up? Shout out to Keita. Everybody shout out Keita in the chat. She is new to the Black Hole. She's new to the Shon Black Podcast, formerly known as the Black Hole Podcast. And she's new, so everybody show Keita some love. So if you're goo, we don't own men's soccer. We don't really play soccer in America, but we're still good at that. Because didn't the women win? I thought the women won last year. The women. We not last year, but last Olympics. So we have to look at what the heck is going on with you know what I'm saying, sports. And hold on one guy, we have a caller calling in. You called the Black Hole Podcast, Shon Black Podcast. You're live. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I'm just calling to say that I was just on your TikTok, man, and Lady Whistle Down.
We will talk about Whistle Down on Fridays.
That's all I was calling for, man.
You wanted to base out on my pod. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all you wanted.
Everybody, like, subscribe, share this joint, man. Come on, the Black Hole, the Shon Black Podcast. Let's go.
Hey, real quick, while I got you on here, what are your thoughts on the U.S. hockey team winning?
The USA has more than military strength, you see.
Dive! I want you to dive!
You see, those were real Americans ice skating right there.
Red-blooded.
Inside of that hockey rink.
Yes, sir.
You see,
yeah,
those were real American-born soldiers right there.
Yes, right.
You see, they weren't military soldiers.
Uh-huh.
They were fighting for the country, though.
Yes, they were.
I'm done.
You're out?
Oh, man.
We thank Mac for coming in to the pod.
I thank you, man.
We thank you, and you know what I'm saying? We will see you later, brother. Everybody, let's give it up for Funny Bar. Go follow him on all social media. Funny Bar at TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We appreciate you, brother. Let's go.
I appreciate you, man.
Now get out of my chat. Go get into my chat. So I was fired up about the USA winning, and I was fired up about them going to see 45-47. The other thing I wanted to talk about today, and I think this is a real serious issue, because I don't know if Mexico was at the Olympics. I don't know if they were represented. It doesn't matter because, like I said, Gabricio when it comes to sports. But they got problems over there. I don't know if anybody's been following, but they have the narco cartels are taking over. At some point, I believe that the U.S. government, along with Mexico, unalived a famous cartel leader. And they begin to do what most people do when they riot, is they start burning down things. Why people burn down things, I have no idea. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know what? I'm going to protest. Let's go burn down the grocery store where I shop. Makes no sense. Anyway, Shon Black digresses. And they burned down Costco, and they went into airports, and they went crazy. I mean, they went crazy. Now, it would seem to me that wouldn't be the first thing that you did, but it didn't matter because they went crazy. And because of that, they had a lot going on there in Mexico, who was not well represented in the Olympics. In no milk for no one. There will be no tamales. There will be a tamale shortage in Mexico. If you like avocados that come from Mexico, there might be a shortage because they are cutting off all the roots. And then they burned down a Costco. Costco never hurt anybody. Costco never hurt anybody. Oh, the Venezuela was champion at skiing. I didn't even know. I thought it was the goo, Mr. Magoo. El Maco is in the chat. I mean, I wanted to play some footage for you guys of these guys, but the violence is just too crazy. The violence is way too crazy, and um, it's insane. Oh, she said the avocados are better from DR in Florida anyway. I'm sure you did, but what I can't do is play that video. I don't know if I can play that video while I am here on the podcast because and then here's the reason. Just because like a lot of those videos they'll get flagged. And we don't want any of that stuff to get flagged. A lot of it'll get flagged, and so we can't have our stuff getting flagged. He said El Maco is in the building. El Maco. I mean, they said they got people over there ducking for cover. You can't go, like right now, there is a curfew, from what I understand, from people that I know that have family members on the ground. They are on the ground. They are reporting live from Mexico. They are reporting that you right now it is super dangerous. You know, all jokes aside, please pray for these people in Mexico because it is crazy out there. They are going absolutely crazy in Mexico. And if you are a red-blooded American, you are in danger from what I understand. You have to respect them simply because they did that for their man who died. You listen, they slid for real. The slide was when people say, son, I'm a slide. I'm a slide. They slid for real. They was sliding. Slide. They had an army of people sliding. But here's the problem I had. Don't slide on the innocent. Don't hurt the innocent. They shouldn't slide at all, but don't hurt the innocent. That's crazy. Well, what happened to pouring a drink for the homies and moving on? No, they said they can't just move on because you know they gotta keep the violence popping. They can't and that's the thing. That's why it's such a vicious cycle because they gotta keep it popping. They can't just let it go. They said, "What, Vato? Did you see what they did to Hector, my friend? Well, we are going to slide. Yes, we are going to slide. That's what happened. And they slid. And they slid on the whole country. They got the president of Mexico, I heard, on a ship hiding out in the middle of the Gulf. You said send the monks. Send the monks. Listen, ain't nobody pouring out. Ain't nobody pouring out. Ain't no monks going. There's nothing happening. They gonna be out there, and the people are scared to death. Like right now, if you in Mexico right now, bro, you trying to break camp. You trying to get the heck up out of there. You got to get up out of there. You got to get up out of there. I'm trying to get the likes up to 15,000. Let's go. Hit that like button until your fingers fall off. Yeah, if you're out there right now, you trying to get the heck up out of there because that joint is crazy. And there's nothing that anybody can do about it. Now, the big question is, do we intervene? And do we intervene because we got stuff going on out there in daggone Iran too. I think that's going to be our that's going to be a next hot button topic because that potentially could get real crazy. I mean, you think it's going down in Mexico right now. I mean, those are just cartel dudes. I mean, they think they tough, but once like you just drone those guys. You just drone those guys into oblivion. You don't really have to do nothing with them. You just put the drones up and then fire rockets at them until they just get tired of just getting blown up all the time. I mean, that's all you do with them. Iran, you even though you could kind of like damage their infrastructure, you might have to go boots in Iran, then it depends on what is the strategy. You know what I mean? What would be the strategy? Everyone just vision for the monks makes them drop there. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I think if the cartels make a move, it'll be that they'll try to kidnap some people and then it's not going to end well for them. And even all jokes aside, it's just not. When the heat is on, it's colder in December. Yeah, bro, listen, I came home and my house up here is freezing. I don't have my heater on. I didn't have it on. I played myself. I'm sitting in here. It's Frosty the Snowman right now. But I mean, but think about that though. It's gonna be type crazy with these cartels. We got a lot of sticky situations. You still dealing. Well, you kind of dealt with Venezuela, but I think if you're trying to like really lock down the Western Hemisphere, um, you have to get rid of cartels, bro. Like you have to get rid of them. And the strike dude, and even if you don't get rid of them, you gotta strike people and say, "Yo, listen, I don't care how much you burn down your stuff. That's your concern. I don't really care about any of that. But you're gonna do what we tell you to do, or we gonna unalive some more of you. That's just the way it is. And we don't even have to be around. We'll hit you with a drone from, you know what I'm saying, a half a mile in the sky. You won't ever see it coming. You'll think that you got away and we've been tracking you for weeks. And as soon as you get ready to do whatever, boom, you gone. So when the heat is on the colder, I was saying when the military comes around, it's gonna be crickets. Oh son, it's all like that. Like they went in there and they did him dirty, and then they posted his pictures all over online with him laid out. That's the other part that was crazy, son. They got him like laid out. They laid him out. Word is born. And ain't nobody. And then what are you going to do, right? What do you do? There's nothing you could do. There's nothing really you could do. It's gonna be super crazy. So I mean I don't know. They might want to. I saw this guy one time. He said, "Man, I'm trying to tell you. You know what it is. People don't understand from these other nations. They don't understand the American bravado. They don't understand how we give it up. We fight amongst each other just like sisters and brothers and cousins and all of that. I don't like you. You don't like me. This is that. But when it comes down to get it in." Dudes come together to do amazing things, bro. Like the military is unmatched. These cats is destroying these and you in a third world country. They're in a third world country. What the heck you think you gonna do? You think because you got some armored trucks and some daggone and some saws and some technicals and stuff that you gonna get some, bro? They will come through there and soften you up with drones from the sky that you will never see coming. And after they've gotten rid of all your heavy equipment and your technicals, if they have to put boots on the ground, bro, you're just not going to escape. Ask Iraq. Ask the dudes in Iraq what happened. Ask the cats in Afghanistan what happened. You think they don't know? You know what I mean? You think they don't know? Ask them. Call one of them dudes on the phone. Somebody has to be the daddy boss, the Jefe. Son, Trump Jefe. Bro, he running that joint. He running that joint like a cartel, bro. Like, son, he told him he went over there to Venezuela and took son while the Chinese was at the joint in his country and was like, yo, we gonna take him. They did an operation around the Chinese, bro. And it was like, yo, and we dare you son. You never heard nothing from China. Nothing. Not a peep. Zero. Not even a small clap. Zero. He should have nothing. I'm trying to tell you, man, listen. They can play around if they want to. Let one American person get hurt over there. One person. That's all you need is one person. And they going to go in there and it's going to be crazy. Yes, and they not even worried. They like, listen, what happened to Maduro? They said, well, who? We ice skating right now. They ice skating right now. They ski jumping right now. Hell, I don't have time for no daggone Maduro. No Venezuela. Hell, I don't have time for that. They said, son, this dude in the white joint is crazy. So he's got problems. We can't have problems. This is problematic. Can't do it. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. That must be the noise I hear up there. It's the chair. I gotta get a new piston for the chair. But it's out of control. It's out of control. Stuff that's happening over there is out of control, man. And and this isn't political. It's just what you see on TV. There it is. Don't matter. Them dudes is going. Listen, stop while you're ahead. If you're a leader of one of those joints, get out. Put it down. Don't. You got millions. Find someplace else to go. Go to Bali. Put your feet in the sand. Lay up. Get you a tall boy. This is water, but you get the idea. Sip it. Say, you know what? I had my time. It was good. I no longer want to be the heavy. You chill out with your family and they'll leave you be. Bro, because if you strike an American, I'm telling you, strike one of us. Dudes is coming. And the level of violence they're going to bring to you is going to be too crazy. It's going to be too crazy. As Venezuela, in minutes, a 2-hour operation, they destroyed everything in minutes. They went in. They went from the helicopter to the dude's crib in less than 2 minutes. Went through all of his security people, his military people in less than 2 minutes. 2. Okay? And that was like 20 dudes. 20. What you gonna do when dudes land a whole battalion down there and they say, yo, there's nothing you could do about it. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad you is with the joint. Bro, it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. Sorry. You've been fighting people like yourself. You never fought against like A-tier cats. You never been there with no Delta Force dudes. Never. Don't care what your people doing. Don't care. Don't care about how his son don't care. These dudes is like here, bro. This you. This them. And when they come, they're going to come with like 200 people and they going straight give you the business. Get out while you can. Get out while you can. If I was dudes, I'd be calling the White House. I'd be like, listen, we don't want nothing. Oh, you gotta listen, brother. What? We don't want nothing. We don't want nothing. Listen, man. We gonna chill out for a couple years, man. We gonna lay back. Man, we don't want nothing. Matter of fact, we gonna leave Mexico. We gonna be in a team. We gonna roll out for a little bit. We'll let you do you, and then once you're done, we'll come back. That's what I would do. I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't be nowhere around that at all. And you see that they pressured. See, that operation didn't just happen, bro. You don't think that the United States said, "Hey, listen, check this out. Know what you gonna do, right? Yeah, you gonna go get your man. Oh, but you know what? Listen, we don't care about that. You gonna get him, or we're gonna do the same thing to you as we did to Maduro, and you're gonna sit in the prison because you've been taking the money from the people and you've been letting them do whatever they wanted to do. So we're gonna let you sit in this prison if you don't do what we tell you to do right now." That's what happened. It's a fact. Except as we go over there and handle business, then fund the rebuilding. Yeah, son, that's the now see that's the part that I don't agree with. I don't think we should fund it. If they mess up, they messed up. They messed up, bro. That's just that. You know what I mean? It's just that. It's just that. Go over there, break it down, and then tell them, listen, rebuild it. Y'all like to rebuild things. Y'all like construction. Rebuild it. Okay? We're not helping. You shouldn't have had them there in the first place. But I don't think it's gonna come to that. Well, I think they just gonna do what they do, and then our focus is gonna be over in the Middle East. That's what I think personally. You know what I mean? So that's that. Well, I don't have no more for you guys. Those were the only 2 topics I have for the day, and we kind of we went through them pretty quick. We did about a half hour. You know what I mean? I try to keep the pod a little more, not as long as I usually do it, because I want to be able to get everything I need to say out. Plus, I know it's a little late. It's different back in the day when we first started doing this podcasting thing. We were doing it like in the middle of the day, so we had plenty of time to do this and that and this and that. Now we do it at night. Nobody wants to sit around and listen to Shon Black. Throw it back. Bloviate about narco cartels. Nobody wants to hear me bloviate about the U.S. hockey team. Nobody wants to hear about that. I do, and I'm glad. Welcome, Keita. Keita came in to listen to the pod. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? The fly Puerto Rican. El Maco. El Maco was in the building today. That's what's up. I'm glad that my man El Maco was in here. Fly Puerto Rican, Little Chuck. All of those people that are over there on YouTube. I appreciate you guys coming in. Those of you that watch on Twitch and also the people who watch over there on Kick and Rumble. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the new people, man. We're starting to grow a little bit, and I think that's pretty dope. And I am thankful that you guys come in and just listen to me ramble about nothing. I think that's pretty cool, man. I think that's really cool. So, Wednesday usually is our political day. I know this was kind of political, but it really wasn't. I wasn't really trying to go on the political joint, just giving you what I heard, whatever. I might tomorrow do a reaction to the State of the Union. Just might have it playing and do that, just because I think we can get a lot more viewers on there. If I do that State of the Union tomorrow, then I won't have nothing on Wednesday. But if I don't do it tomorrow, then we'll be back on Wednesday. So look, either way, if you don't see me on Tuesday, I'll send something out either way, so that way you're not looking, you'll know. And then Friday, we have a lot to discuss. I wanted to do it today because it was fresh, but I don't know how I feel about the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. They really disappointed me, but I'm going to hold my tongue until Friday. And then you're going to get a full-throated tongue lashing, R. Martin. Shon Black is ready for it, R. Martin. But I'm going to hold my peace until then. So Friday, come prepared, because we're going to give R. Martin the business. He got to get a tongue lasher. The level of disrespect from these people who make movies and TV shows has got to stop. And we have to stop going to see their stuff, and we have to stop rewarding them with awards. We have to stop watching. That's the only way they're going to get the messages, if we stop watching them. And go support your local people who are making stuff like A Waiter. Go watch his stuff. And my man at NRG Vision, he has a new movie that came out. And I think on Friday, I'm going to play a little bit of the clips from both of their stuff, because people need to start realizing that these people are hosing you, making you pay for subscriptions, and they giving you the crap that they gave us on Sunday night is outrageous. But we'll talk about that on Friday. Yeah, Friday is going to be the spot. All right, take care of yourselves and others. Peace, love. Shon Black Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Fridays is TV Fridays, where we discuss our favorite TV shows. Remember, we can take care of each other. If we take care of each other, bro, we don't have to worry about nothing else. We live in the greatest country on God's green earth. I am your humble correspondent, Shon Black. Appreciate everybody that comes in here and hears me talk and run my deck on chops. You know how we do it. Peace, love. It used to be whole, but whatever. Peace and love, my people. We're out.